I want to be overt in this. If we are unsuccessful at electing Justice Daniel Kelly on April 4th, your voter ID laws here in the state of Wisconsin are gone. Your proof of residency, which is required to register to vote in the state of Wisconsin, is gone. Unmanned drop boxes will be seen as constitutional, and we will have unmanned drop boxes on every street corner in Milwaukee, in Madison, in Green Bay, and Eau Claire going into the 2024 presidential election. Election integrity is on the ballot in this election. Gun rights are on the ballot in this election. Yes?
If anybody wants to sign up to be a poll worker or a poll observer in Kenosha County, come see me, and Maureen for Racine. Okay.
And if you're in Milwaukee County, come see me and I will get you hooked up with the right person.
Yep.
So there are no excuses.
Right.
And do you like that? Marine and Racine. It's great. I was staying with a woman, her name is Chris Gocki. She lives in Milwaukee. It's perfect. Next, social media. Who here has ever been in Facebook jail? Excellent job. Who here has been banned on the Twitters? Excellent work. So, as we mentioned before, I love that we're in a strong position today on social media, that we have alternatives. We do have Getter, True Social, Parler, Telegram, Gab. However, there are people, and you're wonderful, but they are echo chambers. We must stay on the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram, because there we're going to find the independent voter, the soft democratic voter, the voter that we have the opportunity to plant those seeds to get them to join our conservative movement. Now, I know that we have ladies present, and I want to be very conscientious of that, so I'm going to whisper this. My mom was suspended on Twitter. She called Alyssa Milano a skank. I was so mad at my mom. I was so mad. I told her, Ma, you stop it this instant. Because she had on her Twitter account the murder of Scott PRESLER. Good job, Ma. Anything else you want to put out there? And so, we must have an all-of-the-above approach to social media. And we can't just wait for my future husband, Elon Musk, to save us. We must. Do you like how I just slide it in there? We must be on every social media platform. Now, here's the coolest part that I'm psyched out of my mind about. I've helped to register hundreds of voters in the state of Florida from the comfort of my bed in Virginia. How did I do it? I typed in the search Twitter magnifying glass. I moved to Florida. Then I click on latest. I can find anybody that has ever tweeted out, I've moved to Florida. Because if somebody moves, they need to get registered to vote at their current address, right? But I don't want to register Republicans to vote. I want to register Republicans. So I become a detective and I sleuth through their profiles. Here's an example. Oh, I do a lot of lurking. I'm a creeper, I know. And so, this guy posted, he tweeted out, so I moved with my grandma to Florida and she takes 1 trillion pills a day. We've been arguing. And I thought, well, I'm gonna have fun reading his tweets anyway. So I go to his profile. At the very top, it says COVID-19 is nothing more than a robbery in progress. Correct. My heart fluttered at that moment. But I wanted to make sure he was a Republican, right? So I go through his tweets and the t-shirt says know your parasites. It has a picture of a tick, it says deer tick. It has a picture of another tick, it says dog tick. It has a picture of Bill Gates' face, it says Luna tick. And at that point, I knew he was a Republican. So, I replied to him, his initial tweet about his grandma, and I said, thanks for being a good grandson. Are you registered to vote at your current address? Then I included the link that he could register online for the state of Florida. You can do this for Wisconsin. Last night at 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep. So what I did is I typed into social media, I live in Kenosha. And then I clicked on latest, and I literally messaged about 30 people about the upcoming election for April 4th for Justice Daniel Kelly. Because all of the people, they were Republicans who were supporters of Kyle Rittenhouse, who knew about the Kenosha when the Democrats burned down everything. So, here's another thing that you guys can do from the comfort of your home. Go to Wisconsin Right to Life on Facebook. Go to Wisconsin Gun Owners on Facebook. You're going to type into the search magnifying glass, Wisconsin Gun Owners, Wisconsin Right to Life. I live in Wisconsin. And here's an example. When Right to Life posts something, I instructed volunteers to comment to every single person and write to them. If issues of life matter, please make a plan to vote for Justice Daniel Kelly in the Supreme Court. Election day is April 4th, but don't wait, vote early. Another person posted, vote Daniel Kelly for Supreme Court. And this person did it perfectly because they said on Wisconsin Gun Owners, if you care about gun rights, please make a plan to vote for Justice Daniel Kelly. This is a must win. You can find out more information at vote.wi.gov. So we're literally targeting the voters that we need to win elections by going on social media, getting the ones that are either pro-life or pro-gun rights, and even telling them where they can get their vote by mail, get their early voting locations. This is targeting getting out the vote by using social media against the Democrats. This is creepy, but it works. What I do is I join private Facebook groups. This one is called Tampa Bay Living, new to Tampa. Y'all, I don't live in Tampa, I don't live in Florida, but they don't know that. And so these people, they foolishly allow me entrance into their private groups. And I march in like a Trojan horse on a mission. Once I'm in, I have access to 5,000 members, right? Now, this is Dan. Dan is one of those people. Dan worked at the Leadership Institute. Boom, he's a conservative. That is a great conservative organization. So I immediately slid into his DMs. And I said to him, in the most wholesome of manner, I said to him, hi Dan, I saw you're in the New to Tampa group and I just wanted to make sure you're registered to vote at your current address. Now, on Facebook, you have your inbox of people you're connected with, and then you have spam and other box. If I'm not a friend of Dan, this message will go to his spam or other box. So what I want you to do is add him when you message him, because when he takes your friend request and adds you, he will be more likely to see the message that you have sent to him. I was with your chairman, Andrew Doxey, last night of the Racine County GOP. He's found a person, messaged her, and within 30 seconds, she was already replying back to him with volunteers for Racine County. This works. This strategy is a way that we can grow the Racine County GOP and all of your local auxiliary conservative groups. This is super fun, and it works. I visit every day Joe Biden's White House Facebook page. And you may say to me, Scott, why would you do such a thing? Because I am a glutton for punishment. But also, when Joe Biden posts, I want to immediately refute him. I want to refute his lies and post the truth of what's happening. So when Joe Biden posts, I like a ninja, reply to him. If you're unhappy with Joe Biden, then please register to vote at your current address. I'm happy to assist any and all of you in registering to vote. Remember that in states like Florida, Pennsylvania, New York, you must be a registered Republican if you want to vote in the Republican primaries. Y'all, my reply to Joe Biden got 480 likes and hearts, meaning that there are dissidents, there are people with buyer's remorse who are watching the Joe Biden White House Facebook page. Now, you may be saying to yourself, Scott, you're exerting a lot of energy putting out this information to people. How do you know that you're making a tangible difference? This woman replied to my reply to Joe Biden. She said, Scott, where do I register? I went to her profile, she's in Florida. So I replied to her, you can register online for Florida here. I included the link. She replied to me and said thanks. Meaning, I used Joe Biden's White House Facebook page to register a new Republican voter. So what you guys need to understand about me is I'm not just cute, I'm smart. And so, this is something that each of you can do, that it may not be Wisconsin specific, but if you're up at 2 a.m. and you want to make a difference for our country, go register voters on Joe Biden's White House Facebook page. To further expand upon the power of this tool, Joe Biden posted on social media. He said, thanks to the American Rescue Plan, 14.5 million Americans have signed up for less expensive healthcare coverage, which we know is malarkey. That is baloney. Now, 9.5 thousand people reacted to it, right? Of 9.5 thousand, 6.5 thousand people did a laughing, crying emoji, meaning they think this is a bunch of BS. So, I swooped in like a bat. And what I did is I replied to him, we're paying more for gas and food because of your reckless policies. You didn't save us any money, you're taxing us more. If anyone needs help registering to vote at your current address, I am shameless. Shameless. Now, Joe Biden's post got 1.8 thousand likes. My reply to the Joe Biden got 1.5 thousand likes, and I got nearly 200 hearts, meaning that I got tantamount support to the president's post on social media. That is power, that we refute him and we reply to him like ninjas. So, again, this is my organization, Early Vote Action, earlyvoteaction.com. Now, how else can you make a difference? But before I go there, let's tangentially talk about what I believe is the future of the Republican Party, because I think it's important that we have messages, positive visions for the future on why people should join the Republican Party. Number one, election integrity. I've been over 30 states, I've listened to you guys, I shut my trap, I open my ears, you guys care about this over everything else. Because otherwise our constitutional republic is dead as we know it. And again, if we do not elect Justice Daniel Kelly on April 4th, all election integrity is out the window, and it's going to be an uphill battle trying to elect a Republican president. Medical freedom. I will never forgive or forget Governor Evers trying to impose a stay-at-home order, trying to lock down our schools, our businesses, and our churches. Did you know Justice Daniel Kelly was the deciding vote striking down Governor Evers' stay-at-home order? If it weren't for Justice Kelly, we would likely still have a stay-at-home order, still have masking in our schools, in our places of worship and business. Justice Kelly helped to stop his unconstitutional stay-at-home order. And furthermore, medical freedom, I believe, is a way that we can actually talk to blue-collar America. Who are the people that were serving us for 2 years under the pandemic? Nurses, doctors, firefighters, police officers, truckers, members of our United States military, teachers, culinary, food workers.
Garbage men.
Say it again.
Garbage men.
Garbage men. All of those people donned a uniform and served us for 2 years. What does the Democrat Party say to them? Get the jab, lose your job. Get the jab, find a different profession. Thanks for your service, now go find another job. Our message to the Republican Party is we're going to look them in the eye and we're going to say, I'm going to fight for you, I'm going to fight for your livelihood, I'm going to fight that you as a private citizen get to make your own decisions, not the federal government.
Yep.
Parental choice in education. How many of you are moms and dads? Show of hands. For those of you who aren't moms and dads, tonight I want you to procreate. Homework assignment. Procreation.
How about Tinder?
Follow Paris on Tinder.
Oh my God.
I want every conservative family to have 10 children. And you think I'm joking, I'm not. Our goal is to outbreed the Democrats. I was doing a show. I did an event in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. After I was done, this guy comes up to me and he shows me this beautiful picture of his family. He goes, Scott, I got 15 kids. I looked at him straight in the eye. I said, Dad, can you give me one more? He wasn't having it. But in all seriousness, the reason why I lead into this with levity and with humor is because this is what I believe is the proverbial and peaceful hill that we must die on as the Republican Party. This has nothing to do with sexuality. This has everything to do with we are vehemently opposed to the sexualization of children, period.
Yes.
Yes.
I I don't like anybody talking to my kids about sex with my consent or authorization. Imagine if Christian conservatives were teaching kids about Christianity behind parents' back without their consent or authorization. The liberals would have a meltdown. That's what they're doing to our kids, but they're talking about sex, which is a million times worse. We must have parental choice in education, and that's why we must, in this election, not only elect Justice Daniel Kelly, but we have school board mayoral candidates that we must get into office and win at the local level. Secure the border. I know that we're not really worried about the Canadians. Well, maybe. Maybe, because we don't like Trudeau. They're probably just as bad. But in all seriousness, we must not go soft on the border issue. It's not just technology. It's not just illegal immigration. We need to do a better job of painting the full human crisis that's going on at the border. Because this is 300 Americans are dying daily from fentanyl. This is China doesn't even have to fire a bullet. You know what China has to do? They just gotta watch their watch. And they have to wait for us to crumble from within and for our people to kill ourselves off of their Chinese-laced fentanyl. We have MS-13 coming into our country. That 2 black teenagers, Nisa Mickens and Kayla Cuevas, were murdered by MS-13 on Long Island. And for the Democrat Party, which likes to raise its fist and say Black Lives Matter, why was there no march for Nisa Mickens? Why was there no vigil? Because these black teenagers were killed by MS-13, who they prop up and they support illegal immigration. And we also have illegal immigration, MS-13, fentanyl. We have to paint the humanitarian crisis that is happening at the border. It's not just illegal immigration, that is critical. And Internet Bill of Rights, again, we must have, it's snowing. It's gonna snow on April 4th. I'm telling you right now. Mark my words, I'm saying it over and over again. It's gonna snow on April 4th. Internet Bill of Rights. We can't wait for my future husband, Elon Musk, to save us. We must have legislation at the state and federal level which is going to protect against the government colluding with the FBI, the government colluding with private social media companies, right? Which is illegal, unconstitutional, and we must hold them accountable for doing so. And last, it is asinine that we as the country, which has plentiful and bountiful resources beneath our feet, would ever be reliant on Saudi Arabia or Venezuela or Russia for gas and natural gas when we have those here in America. Yep. We must have energy independence, which is a national security issue. Pull out your phones if you have an iPhone, please. Android users. That's all I'm going to say about that. My iPhone users, pull out your phone, go to your app store. You're going to type in to your app store, early vote action. And when you download early vote action, it's going to ask you for your cell phone. You don't need a login. You don't need a password. You don't need to put in your name. All you put in is your cell phone, and you will have access to early vote action. On the very front, you're going to see all of the tweets from me talking about the things that we're doing for Justice Daniel Kelly. You're going to click on this 3 bars here, these 3 arrows, and you're going to see register to vote, contact sign up, and make phone calls. When you click on making phone calls, you're going to click on Supreme Court race. When you click on Supreme Court race, you're going to be given 25 names in Wisconsin that you can make phone calls on behalf of Justice Daniel Kelly. And I'm going to show you how easy it is because we're going to make a phone call right here, right now, on behalf of the justice using early vote action. So again, I'm pulling up the app. I click on the 3 arrows. Hold please. I click on the 3 arrows. Then I go to make phone calls. I click on Supreme Court, start. We're going to call Diana Peterson.
Bless her heart.
Oh. Wait, it says call failed.
Oh, yeah. You're in this building, there's no service.
Damn those Democrats. They want to stop us. Okay, let me try. Okay, well I can't do it. But anyway, It has a script for you. It tells you exactly what to say. You're doing Get Out the Vote for Justice Daniel Kelly, and you're asking everyone to vote early, which segues into, may I get a drum roll, please? Give me a drum roll. Okay, that's enough. So, we're gonna talk about, I'm writing a ballot harvesting manual. This manual is for all 50 states across the country. Why? Because for a federal